Our next topic was going to be the Penguin. We're not going to touch on the Penguin just yet. I want to talk about something which you alluded to, which was this, which is all about the Harry Potter TV series. So as part of Max being rebranded, they released a bunch of teaser trailers, presumably to avoid what had happened, which was the stock sliding, because they thought, obviously, this part makes sense. Rebrand, it's not going to do very well, so they know the stock's going to slide. So along with the stock slide, along with the potential stock sliding, we're going to announce a whole bunch of things as well to go on this brand new service, Max. And it didn't. Well, we don't know if it did combat it because it might have been even worse, right? The stock slide might have been even worse. But one of them was the Harry Potter TV series, and they did reveal some interesting stuff. Now, there's nothing actually to show you in this teaser. Like, it's just a bit of music and that's it, right? But they say your Hogwarts letter is here. Max has ordered the first ever Harry Potter scripted TV series. Good old Max. I can't get used to saying that. A faithful adaptation of the iconic books. Stream on Max. God, they're trying to make this.
So it's basically going to be the movies in episodic form.
Yes and no. So there was some interesting stuff that they revealed, right? So, talking about Max's plans for the franchise, HBO and Max content chairman and CEO Casey Bloys confirmed the show's budget will be in line with Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. So the latter's first season cost $125 million. So this is obviously going to be an over $1 billion commitment, which when you're looking at it in terms of inflation and stuff, this should be that anyway. If they were quoting numbers less than that, that's when you'd be really concerned. They actually haven't announced anything great in terms of the budget. It sounds big, but it's not. They've not announced anything that would make you go, oh, wow, this is really, really good. It's not. Like, account for inflation. Think about House of the Dragon. Think about the effects you're going to have to put in this. Think about the updated visual effects. It's not the same as the old movies. It's completely different. So, $1 billion commitment, in theory, it should actually be a little bit more, I think, personally. But he said this. He says, it will be that scale or higher, whatever it takes to make a quality show.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, quality is subjective. But then Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav was also quizzed about whether this series will restrict the studio from expanding the Wizarding World franchise in other ways. And this is interesting. So he says, we're free to do anything we want. Some areas we need to do a JK. Other areas we have the full ability to go forward. This is a full deployment of Max of Harry Potter. For fuck's sake. I can't get over that name. We can still develop other properties. So, few things. Andre, what do you think about the $1 billion commitment? Because, again, what do you think? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Did they learn nothing from the ranks of power? That's my first thought. The second is that they have the involvement of Rowling, so that that is good. However, what I don't like about this, like they say, a reboot as that in the remake, they're going to start over from scratch. That I think is a really, really bad idea, and I hope that that's not what they're doing. If they were clever, what they would do is that they would do two things. One is that they would find a way to work past whatever SJW issues the individual actors have and continue the story with the adult actors. If they can't do that, then just go back in time and do Hogwarts Legacy. Come up with a story of background characters. You have 1,000 people in class there. And Hogwarts Legacy is a massive, massive, massive video game. It's going to be a huge thing right there. Right there, you have something that is within the Harry Potter brand that is right now a separate sub-brand all of its own that they can capitalize on. Yeah, maybe you have to pay a small licensing fee to the video game company, but then you do that. And you do Hogwarts Legacy.
They don't need to pay any license because Warner Brothers are the only studio that still makes their own video games. So they don't have
there
to pay
you
any
go.
license.
Problem solved. I mean, better yet, I mean, do it that way instead. What I definitely would not do is remake those movies, because they stand on their own. They are, for the most part, from what I understand, having never read the Harry Potter books, and I never will, but from what I understand, they are really solid adaptations. There is nothing that can be gained from redoing them. There have been absolutely no technological advancements, which means that you can do better special effects. There's no performance you can do better. It's not going to look any better. Those movies might as well have been made yesterday. There's nothing in them that dates them specifically to any kind of period. They are universal classics. They shouldn't be remade. So by all means, go back to that. Well, I see the culture disagrees, but I think you go to the side of it and explore side stories, expand the mythology, rather than remake the key story you already have. Cultured. What say you?
Well, first of all, I don't disagree with you. I think that would have been a better idea, a better plan. But the plan seems to be based on multiple reports out there from different sources that they are going. They're going to make this. They're going to take the existing novels and turn them into a 10-year series.
Which actually, just to sorry to interrupt, which actually puts it more than a book per season.
Oh, yeah.
7 books.
It's 7 books. Yeah. And so Andre, unfortunately, you and I lose there, because my idea, because they can fully go forward in some areas. That's what Casey Bloys said. Those areas would be the Hogwarts Legacy, as you suggested, going beforehand, getting characters you have background on, right? Because there are characters we heard about, and developing a series along those lines, and with other adventures. A young Albus Dumbledore, a younger version of McGonagall, a younger version of these teachers, right? And their trials and tribulations, their first few years, bringing up another group of rowdy kids, just like Harry Potter and his crew, right? And it could be kind of a dual purpose story. You'd have an adult narrative going on over here and a young person narrative over here. That's what I would do, Andre. So I'm with you there, but that's not what we're getting by the reports we have. We're getting a decade-long retelling of the 7 books. That's what we're getting.
Nick, what do you think about this, dude? Are you a secret Potterhead?
I hate Harry Potter. I don't watch it. I'm not a fan at all. F Harry Potter, F it and its stupid ass. But I do like J.K. Rowling, standing up for real women instead of fake women, which is why why people are trying to cancel her. So props to her. And I almost went out, and I didn't, but I thought about going out and buying Hogwarts Legacy, just because all the weirdos out there trying to cancel that game just over her comments that I supported. But I know there's both my sisters are huge Harry Potter fans. This is probably going to be something they're going to probably maybe be into, but my only issue is like what Culture was just talking about, is why just retell the books that are already out there that people have already read. The movies have already been done. People can go back and watch them all the time.
And they do.
Come up with something new. Like how did people learn these powers? Go back, do an origin story. How did this school form in the first place? All that sort of stuff from the very, very beginning. Which could be an interesting story with all new characters and all that, and she's involved in it, and she's the creator of it, so I mean that's a plus. But I don't think going this route, retelling these books, is going to be something that people are just going to overwhelmingly flock to.
Well, think about the prop catalog that they have, right? You can repurpose Hogwarts Castle almost entirely. Right. Yeah. There are some pieces that are, on loan to New York City, and obviously some pieces that were given to the Wizarding World in Florida. Right. But they're going to have to stay in line with that, because that's physical location that represents the film that was personally seen to by J.K. Rowling herself. So the location in Florida would not exist in any other way than what she wanted it, which is why she was never going to do a deal with Disney. And so, Warner Brothers has the film control. They have to live within both areas. But I feel like this is an opportunity for Warner to do something special. I'm afraid they may not. So, like I said, I share the same trepidation as Andre does. For that very reason, the adaptations of the books were exemplary, even though a bit long and making the last one two films.
Well, I think I never underestimate the amount of creative control over the rights, as a property that J.K. Rowling has. So it may be that they're not allowed to go a certain remit around stuff. It may be that she just said no, point blank, no. Because you are right. Like, it makes sense to explore the universe. They've proved that anyway of Hogwarts Legacy. The universe itself is ripe for mining. People want to, play in the universe, literally, figuratively. They want to be immersed in the universe itself. It's not necessarily actually just Harry Potter. It's the Hogwarts universe that people really, really enjoy. Hogwarts Legacy has absolutely proven that. I mean, it made just bucket loads of cash. So, yeah, I mean, thinking about that kind of, logic and stuff like that, I can't really see why... name brand, I guess, but they've proven to themselves Hogwarts as a name brand alone. So it is interesting, but I would imagine it's all to do with J.K. Rowling and her creative control over it all. That would be my gut instinct on that. That they're not allowed to do a certain. They're just not allowed, and she isn't allowing it. That's all I can presume it being, because outside of everything else, there's no logical reason why you wouldn't.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm just saying what's been reported from multiple reputable sources has been that this is going to be 10 years and 7 books. And I just don't.
Yeah.
There's no win.
Yeah, that is, I think that's confirmed. It will be 10 years. It's a decade worth, basically. So it is interesting. It is interesting. I will say as well, so on Andre's topic of, working out with the original cast and things, they've got so much money, you can't buy them now because they did so well, and because they stand on their moral compass, their high ground for this stuff, they literally can't be bought because they have so much cash as well. They're the worst type of SJW because they have all the money in the world whilst also promoting, awful values that you can't buy for them to break. Nobody could pay them off, but they've got so much bloody money you can't. So I don't think they'd ever. I think that was always going to be a losing battle, especially with what's her face, Emma
Watson, the Hermione Granger, who does not look the greatest right now.
No, I know the photo you're referring to. I think it's genuinely just a horrendous photo.
Oh, I think it was a very bad angle. That's what I think.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about her, so I'm not going to defend her. But the point is, I think they've got all the money in the world. So
I was just going to say, because she's not Brie Larson. That's why you don't know very much about her. Now, Brie Larson on it.
I don't know very much about Brie Larson. I don't know anything. Anyway.